welcome and welcome back. My name is Raquel Annette, and if you are new here, welcome. If you've already been here, thank you guys for coming back. I love you. Yeah, so what we've got going on, as you can see from the title of the video, Miss Pat McGrath released a new concealer to go along with her foundation and face powders, and I haven't tried the face powders or anything. I tested them out in store. The foundation's a little bit too light coverage for my liking, so I didn't really want to invest like the $72. But this concealer is definitely looking like the next best thing. So I went ahead and tried her out. And if you're interested in knowing if this is worth the splurge, of course you're more than welcome to continue on watching. Let's just go ahead and dive in. And jump into this. I already went ahead and put my foundation and my primer on. It's just a kind of lightweight foundation. This is the Dior Face and Body Foundation. It's kind of medium to full build coverage. I know that this concealer is very, very matte, so I didn't want to do too matte. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dive into this concealer. Now, I did take a poll on my Insta stories and everybody wanted to see the Pat McGrath. I don't know, I was really excited for this launch as well because it wasn't like close to $100. It was a reasonable price. It was $32. That's a reasonable price for me for a concealer if it's going to do its job, because concealer is one of my obsessions and one of the things I like to stock up on, and yeah, I just really like concealer. So this is going to be a first impressions. Now, I got the shade M18 and I did go to Sephora and I tested the light, medium, and the dark under eye setting powders. It's just really not something that I would ever use. So I didn't get it in PR, and I just didn't want to splurge the $30 for a small little powder that I know I'm not going to use. It's like a very velvety feel. There's a little bit of a sheen in it, and then when I placed the powder over the concealer, I didn't like the finish. The dark was gonna be too dark for under my eye, and then the medium was gonna be too light for under my eye. But I did like the concealer consistency. It is very, very thick, and it has a regular wand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to apply this just in a small amount. So I do have a dark spot right there that is shining through the foundation. I didn't color correct or anything. I just want to see what this concealer can do. And she is very thick. And this is just one dip into the bottle, and that's how much I want to start out with. Then I have some darker spots on my chin that I would like to cover. That's one dip into the tube, and this is about how much you're gonna get off of that. And that's basically like enough to do your concealer. So it's pretty good. This is a really heavy tube. This is made of glass, very, very fancy. Definitely getting your money's worth for that. So I'm gonna pick up the new e.l.f. concealer sponge because I really, really like this sponge. It's extra soft, it's like $5. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. And she's blending out beautifully. Oh, it's really pretty. As you can see, it's very, very seamless. It didn't stay in place, which I was afraid of. You know, like sometimes mattifying concealers like to stay in one place and not move around, but there is some play time with her. She's moving around perfectly, but as I'm moving it around, it's still setting. It's not moving everywhere. It's not shifting. It is matte and it's staying in place, but it's not drying in one place. So blend it out properly. This is going to be great. So this is everything blended out. And I'm liking it. It was very, very even, and it's very, very airbrushed, and I don't feel like I need to apply any more concealer. I mean, I could build this up to be super intense, but I feel like M18 was the perfect shade. It's the perfect shade, and I just really, it's just really pretty. It's very full coverage. It's like a sharp, it's the Tarte Shape Tape, just not as drying and not as heavy. It's just a lighter version of that with the same punch. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this with my Huda Beauty Blondie powder. This is just my go-to powder. I didn't want to, you know, incorporate anything new anything that I hadn't tested out, because this powder is my favorite setting powder, and I use it with everything, so this will be like the real, you know, tell all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into the other side of that sponge. I haven't set my under eye with a sponge in so long, oh my gosh. Alright, so now I'm going to pick up my new Urban Decay. You guys, I finally picked up a new face powder. Finally, after using Kat Von D for 3 years. I mean, what can you do? When you find something good and you love it and it works, it's hard to break out of the routine. But this is the new Urban Decay. This is the Naked Fix. And I got the shade 70WO, which is warm orange, but I'm pretty sure I'm now warm orange, but the one that was my shade was sold out. And I was like, let me just figure out if this will work anyway. So this is the color. I'm just gonna set my face, and I know that I'm gonna be getting tan. Summer's coming up. I mean, if the coronavirus didn't cancel that too. And just set my face with this. Alright guys, so I've applied everything as per usual, like I would for a full face of makeup. Right now it's about 1:30 right now. I'm gonna come back around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I have to make a few errands. There's no more, I don't have any water. I'm kind of, you know, we're supposed to be like quarantined to the house, but there are a few things I have to go pick up. So there's a few errands. I'm gonna go get a pedicure because my daughter asked for a pedicure, so. I'm gonna go get a pedicure because my daughter asked for a pedicure. So we're gonna go get pedicures, and I'll probably check back in here within like the next 6 hours to let you guys know like how the concealer is set up, if it's worth the money and all that. You know how it goes, so I will be right back. So it's actually the next day, and I'm just coming in from doing makeup. So I've been working, I've been editing, running around with my kids. It was like a normal day. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too chilly or anything, but the foundation has stayed up. All I did was powder my nose a little bit, but mostly my nose wasn't like the concealer, it was like contour. So yeah, it stayed, it's very matte, and I really think that it's worth the money because it didn't move at all or oxidize or anything. But yeah, I give this concealer 2 thumbs up so far. I'll be coming back in April, letting you guys know if I've noticed anything different or if there's any triggers or anything that would make me say not to purchase it. But after wearing it for about 9 hours, I think it's doing pretty dang good. So you guys can get this at Sephora or at patmcgrath-labs.com. If you have any questions or want me to go into further detail about any of this, leave me a comment down below and I will be sure to get back to you.